Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Denison Sports Network. We're joined today by our head softball coach, Tiffany Ozbun. Now Coach, it's been a crazy winter here in Granville. Abnormally cold, we've had a lot of snow. Yesterday we got a 65-degree day, and I look out our window now and it's snowing. What's it like to be a spring sport coach and have to deal with this and keep your players, motivated every single day whenever you're inside?
Yeah, it's tough. To play an outdoor sport inside or to practice that, it's tough. And I'm not going to lie, it wears on the team at times, and you try to be aware of that as a coach, to try to change practices up a little bit. We were able to get outside a couple of times this weekend, and those practices are even better. It's like Christmas Day, to get outside and to just have fresh air and that sunshine. But yeah, to have a beautiful day like we did yesterday, and then to have this today, it's frustrating. But we've got Arizona on the horizon, so just keep moving forward.
Yep, I'll be in Arizona this weekend, and now talk about this year's team a little bit. You've got 6 seniors. That's the most that you've had, I believe, since 2010.
Yep.
What's it like, and how have those seniors kind of grown over the last 3 years? I mean, that's a lot of leadership.
Yeah, it is. They've grown a lot over the past 4 years, and that's one of the fun things as a coach, is to see them just grow up and develop, not just as players but as people. And you look back at each one of our seniors, and they've definitely done that. They have a lot of experience as far as winning games, winning championships, what it takes to do those things. And with a big freshman class, we've really asked our seniors to step up and to be great mentors for those freshmen, to help them kind of understand what it is to be a Denison softball player and what it takes to continue the tradition that we fortunately had.
In addition to those 6 seniors, you've got 3 juniors, 2 sophomores. How about that group and the way they've meshed, and they've got a lot of playing time over the last few years as well?
Yeah. They definitely are. With our junior class, they were a part of our 2012 season where we went to the NCAAs, won the conference tournament. And any time that you've got players on a team that have that championship experience, that have gone through a season and know what it's like to either win a regular season title or a tournament title, that's invaluable. It's hard to coach that. It's hard to teach that. So I think with our junior class, that's what they're bringing to the table, and they're really kind of reinforcing that leadership and that mentorship that our seniors are giving to our freshmen and our underclassmen. So this year there's a lot of talk about our large senior class and our large freshman class. And I think a lot of times the sophomores and juniors, they kind of get lost in the mix, but they're definitely just as vital to our program as the other classes.
You mentioned that large freshman class. You're losing 6, well, you brought in 7, and I'm sure that's what maybe most people don't understand, is that you're not looking to bring in 10 to 15 kids every year. You've got 9 positions out there on the field. Talk about that recruiting process, and also bringing in that group of 7 this year that can replace those group of seniors next year. Yeah,
and that's exactly what we were trying to do in the recruiting process. We're constantly looking ahead. We're not looking to just the next year, but the next couple of years. And you always want to just replace your talent. You don't necessarily want to have to rebuild. And so that was our focus in the office and in the recruiting trail last year, was just looking ahead to this season. And we wanted these freshmen to be, we wanted a large freshman class to be here to learn from this great senior class. And so I'm glad that it's really worked out. And so we're hoping then we can keep these freshmen, they can kind of pass down the lessons that they've learned this year through our seniors and juniors and those types of things. So.
Okay, well, Coach, you're just days away from the opening of your season. Sunday, I believe, in Arizona.
Yep.
You'll be in Tucson. Now you've got a number of tough teams on your schedule, and you play almost every day, a lot of times 2 games a day. Can you talk a little bit about what that's like? Like you said, you haven't been outside very often, just out on the turf a bit, and then you've got to flip a switch on Sunday and be ready to play against some of the toughest teams in the country. But you've had experience with that You think this team's ready to respond?
Yeah, they're ready. I mean, at this point, we're tired of practicing. There's not one more scenario that we can cover in practice. They're ready to play. We did some inter-squad scrimmage this weekend, and you can just tell they're at that point. They're ready for games. And right now, as a coaching staff, it's hard to tweak until you can see them in game situations. So, yeah, spring break, you mentioned that it's a tough schedule. We do that on purpose. This is a measuring stick for us. I don't want to go to spring break and play a bunch of teams that aren't going to be a challenge and aren't going to challenge us to be better teams. So, we get to face a team like Central. They are consistently playing in the national tournament, if not for the national championship, and that's a great measuring stick for us, because that's a goal for our program, is to play in that national championship game and to put ourselves in that position to be the best team in Division III. And I think to play teams like Central and some of the Wisconsin schools that we'll see down there, it's going to be a great measuring stick for our team. We're going to know when we come back what we need to work on, and it's definitely going to prepare us for that important conference schedule that we have.
Okay. Well, Coach Ozbun, I'd like to thank you for sitting down with the Denison Sports Network. You just watched the 2014 softball preview. Again, like we said, the Big Red will begin their season on Sunday against Augsburg and Central. And when they get back after a week in Arizona, we'll be bringing you hopefully plenty of home games with some nice weather and sunshine. You can tune in to all the Big Red's home games this year on DenisonBigRed.com, brought to you by the Denison Sports Network. Thanks for joining us.